Hey everyone, today we have an awesome short interview with Kristi Ledgerwood. Kristi's one of my favorite people. Her story is so inspiring. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe. And if you like the video, leave a like at the end, leave a comment so Kristi and I can know what you thought. Here we go. All right, here we are with Miss Kristi Ledgerwood. How are you doing today, Kristi?
I'm great. Doing good.
I appreciate you taking the time to do this. And I think starting out, what I usually ask everyone is just kind of share your story, how this journey started for you, and kind of how you got to where you are today.
All right. I guess I should start at the beginning. When I was about 10, I was starting to gain weight for a while, and then around that time, I got diagnosed with ADHD. Of course, back then, I did not know it would be connected. I did not realize that until recently. But I struggled with my weight all through the years. All my life, I have been obese for 33 years of my life. I grew up in a house with a lot of diabetics. Of course, as a kid, I wasn't even thinking about diabetes or anything. Um, I had my son. I got up to around 280 pounds at that point. And then 3 years later, I had my daughter. Still couldn't lose the weight, and at that point, I was pre-diabetic. Um, and I did not discover I had diabetes, though, until early 2022. And then about, I guess, 3 to 4 weeks after my diagnosis, I went to see a doctor, and they put me on Ozempic. Back then, they were giving me samples of GLP-1s. I think I got like 2 months of Ozempic, and then I would switch to Trulicity. They gave me 2 months of that, and all in all, it took me about 15 months, and I lost 210 pounds. So I finally got my life back.
Well, that's amazing. So now you did the sample of Ozempic, sample
Mhm.
of Trulicity, and then what happened? What did you move on to after that?
Oh, Mounjaro, and I've
Okay,
been on that for a really long time.
and you're still on it, right?
Yes.
I mean, I know, but yeah, asking for
12
a lot
point, yeah,
of
12.5.
nice, nice. Um, so what did you do besides being on the medication throughout, this journey kind of to shift things to lose that much? Because, some people it takes longer. What were you doing, I guess, in addition to, or just what did you do in general?
Yeah, so I technically was prescribed it for diabetes. They weren't even really thinking about the weight loss because I had lost hope at that point, really. So I was just scared at the beginning of my journey because I found out I had like kidney damage and I had high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and all that. So my focus was on getting my A1C down and stuff. So I decided, I needed to make lifestyle changes at the very beginning. And so I wanted to, just go all in. And then I started, getting movement. I started out on a recumbent bike. I did that for about 5 to 6 months until I was actually able to walk because it was so painful for me to walk. So then I started out walking, and now I walk 10 plus miles every day.
That is amazing. That now, how long did it take you to get up to that?
I think I started walking 10 miles just over the summer, honestly.
Okay.
It took me a
Okay.
long time. I built up really slow.
Yeah, yeah. That's just so amazing. Yeah, you inspire me all the time, and that's my once my knees are done, I used to love to walk, and then my knees kind of, and
Yeah,
it made it
it's
hard.
so
Yeah.
good for my mental health. So
Mhm,
good.
mhm. I mean, it's great exercise, but the being
Yeah.
outside away from all the
Mhm.
stuff for me as well. ADHD, hello.
Yeah.
I really do. I think there's something to that. Like if you're ADHD and you go outside, it just kind of shuts your brain off. At least that's my
Mhm.
feeling. It does for me. What would you say your plan is, or do you have any goals to further? I read somewhere you might be doing like a half marathon, or like what's going on there?
Yeah, I just started getting into running like over the summer. I was scared to try it because, my knees and stuff. I was scared of
Mhm.
that, but I did it and I was like, this is actually fun. I enjoy that. So I did my first like 10K a couple of weeks ago,
Mhm.
and now my goal by the end of 2025 is to be able to run my first marathon.
Full marathon.
Yes, a
That's
full one.
amazing. Holy crap, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's amazing just, there's people that walk them too, and that blows my mind because it's so
yeah.
tough to run. It's just like, wow. Um, yeah, it's weird. I remember, I don't know if you experienced this, and I'm sure you took time and built your stamina up because that's a big thing is
Mhm.
having more
Yeah.
stamina. Um, but I always sucked at running because I would get out of breath. And then one time I tried it on a treadmill and I tried to like center myself while I was running and keep my breath deeper. And it was like this shift. It was, I always like let my breath get out of control. And then once I kind of was able to control it better, I was able to go longer. I don't know if that makes sense or if you experienced anything like that.
Well,
Because
I
I always
learned
had
that,
breathing
yeah,
issues.
I learned that I have to go really slow. I want to go faster, but to train the right way, I need to go slow as possible right now and build up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah, right on, right on. So what else is on your plate? Like what are you wanting to do? I don't want to out you on
Um,
anything. So I'm like,
well,
I know things, but
I'm slowly starting to write on my book about my journey because so many people have asked me to write a story about my journey just because my story is so big. And
yeah.
I didn't get to share my story the right way, like on the Today Show and stuff. So I want to, share it the way I see it. So
Mhm.
yeah.
What would you say aside from I guess well, I mean aside from the mental aspect, like what else do you enjoy about walking? Where do you walk? What are your favorite places to walk? Things like that.
I love to walk like the trails. I love to hike. I go hiking every single weekend, every Sunday. That's just like my tradition now at this point. I've really gotten into hiking. I will sometimes, walk the neighborhood, but this time of year, obviously, it's too cold, and so I'll use my treadmill.
Right on, right on. Yeah, I've seen you running on the treadmill. So
Yes.
very cool. Okay, what else is there that we don't know about Kristi? Like, I mean, anything you want to share? Like, family life? I know you have kids. What do you do for work? Like, what are your hobbies, interests besides
Um,
walking?
Really, hiking is my main one, and I have two kids. I'm 44 years old, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, yeah. And you're
Yeah.
married, right?
Yes, I'm married for
Okay.
actually my anniversary is this weekend.
Oh, happy anniversary. That's
Yeah, thanks.
amazing. Right near Christmas. Very cool.
17 years. 17
Wow.
years.
Wow. Now,
Yeah.
if this isn't too personal of a question, what changes or dynamics have you seen with you and your husband,
Oh, that was yeah, that was an adjustment. He's like, I was not expecting you to change so much. Um, it's like I am meeting a new person all over again. Your personality has changed completely. And, I know a lot of people will tell me that I'm the same person, but to me, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like yeah, we have the same DNA, but that's about as far as it goes. I'm honestly nothing like I used to be. All my habits changed completely. My lifestyle is completely different. I went from sedentary to now I just can't sit still at all, you know? So,
the real ADHD is coming out now. No, I'm being
yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah.
No, I can relate to that too. I feel aspects of myself are the same, but then, you know, but that for me, it's always kind of been that way. I'll look like 10 years back and I'm like, who was that? Like, who was that person? Because I do
Mhm.
not even relate, in a lot of ways to who I used to be. So, but I'm okay with that too. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
I just had to be, like, so sedentary, and I was limited on what I could do, and now I feel like I'm meeting the real me for the first time.
yeah,
So,
yep. I can relate to that too. That's amazing. Um, Okay, here's one. So if you could go back, I don't know, 20 years and talk to your younger self, like what's something you would
I would tell
something
her to, stop being so hard on yourself and, try to find a way to believe in yourself because that's what, held me back for so long. I didn't believe in myself.
mhm,
And so I just gave up. I just gave up. I had no motivation. I just, felt defeated.
yep.
And yeah, and now I'm just on the other side of that. I'm completely different.
Yeah.
I have
No, I
so
do
much
think,
confidence now.
yeah, when I don't know, when you get to that place of hopelessness, it's hard. And I've been
It
there too.
is.
Just, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
see
you're just
beyond.
surviving.
Yep. Yep. Versus thriving. Woohoo.
Yes. Yeah, and now I'm actually living. So
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's amazing. Um, so do you ever take your kids hiking? Your husband? Do any of them ever go with you?
my daughter does not like it.
Okay.
She hates it, but my
Oh,
son loves it. He
oh,
absolutely loves
good.
it. He just
Okay.
started getting into it. Yeah.
All right. When you never know, they may change as they grow. We all do. So,
Yeah.
but that's cool. So he comes with you sometimes?
And
No.
next month, I think we're planning on going to hike the highest point in Texas, which the hike is 8 hours long. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's going to be
Now,
a difficult one.
is it really high? I mean, I know there's not a lot of high spots in Texas. Like, how
It
high?
is. It's a high one. It's an actual mountain. So,
Okay, nice. Now, do you have to
yeah,
drive a distance or is it relatively
it's
close to
it's
you?
10 hours away.
Oh, wow. So you're going on a trip. Like you're gonna
Yeah,
make a trip out of
it
it.
takes
That
forever to go anywhere in Texas.
I know. I've driven through it one time. So,
Yeah.
wow, no, that's cool. Obviously, we know you're going to video and take pictures and document and see some
Yes.
bears and
And try not to fall.
yeah, try not to fall, bring some bear spray, all of that stuff. I don't know if they have bears in Texas, but I would think
Yeah.
there'd
I
be a
don't
few.
know. Not
Yeah,
in
I
this
guess
area, that's for sure.
right. Right. Okay, so someone that is, I don't know, maybe newly diagnosed diabetic or, really struggling with weight loss and about to get on these meds, what would you say to them? Like, what's your biggest piece of advice or more than one,
Yeah.
encouragement?
For me, I had to go pretty low carb in the beginning because my A1C was just so high that it was affecting like my kidneys and stuff. If it's that high, yeah, I would recommend low carb in the beginning until you bring those levels down, and then you can start eating more moderate. And then lifestyle changes like the walking and stuff, has been a huge, improvement for my health. That's really what has contributed to like improving my A1C so much, as well as the medication.
Yeah, movement's important.
Yes.
Sure. I mean, I know this was short, but I mean that's pretty much it. I would say just going out, just ending this, what would you like to, how do you want to take it out? What would you like to share with the people?
I just want to say that when I started this journey, I thought it was just about the physical for me. Um, I came into it kind of broken, defeated, feeling hopeless. And along the way, I learned that it was more emotional than it ever was physical. And so while people are working on the physical part of the journey, highly encourage them focus on the emotional part, so you can have the whole package by the time you get to the end. But this journey never ends. It never does. And maintenance is a mental beast. Just be
Yeah, I
prepared for
bet.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Woo! It's going to be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, you, my dear, are an inspiration to me. You are one of the first people I ran across on TikTok. There was a handful, and you were one of them. And I don't know, I was drawn to you, just your demeanor, and you were sweet but spicy, like we like to say. And I was just so because I do know the importance of movement and walking, even though I too was just at a point where it's like I mean, for different reasons, because I was physically limited with my knees and stuff. But so that got depressing to know you can't even do the things that
Yeah.
could probably help your health. And so anyway, huge inspiration. I love you. I think you're great, and
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate you taking the time today. And hopefully, oh yeah. So what we're gonna do down in the description, Chrissy sent me all her social info. So just go down there. You can look her up. Hopefully TikTok will stay around, but if not, you'll be able to find her on, I believe, YouTube and
YouTube.
Insta.
And I do have Insta as well.
Okay. Yeah. Who knows where hopefully
Yeah.
YouTube will be able, I think with all of us, maybe we can turn it into a thing and build some community over here. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, thank you, ma'am.
And thank you for asking me.
You All right, that was Kristi. If you guys want to find her on social, Go down to the description below and check out all of her links. Be sure to subscribe, like, and definitely leave a comment.